Oh. Hi. Are you gonna say anything?
This thing hasn't even started and I'm already getting questions. Good Lord. 2 seconds in, we just hit start, and now they're all like, are you going to say anything? I'm not trying to get people live, people on the screen or anything like that. All right. So, hey, welcome to this episode of Down the Line with Jeremy Humphrey. So we have some special guests on today. We have some of our 12U parents for the Upper Valley Yetis. These are our A1 since day one moms. Majority of them are. Some of them they've basically been with me since 2020, since the COVID season of 8U. So we are going to have them on board today, and we're just going to send some questions down the line and just basically say, hey, what's your process in getting ready for a travel tournament, practice, tryouts? How do you get your kids ready to go? So we're going to start this off with something nice and simple, and it's just welcome. Thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate it. Looking forward to this. No holds barred. Let them have it. This is supposed to be the fun one. So they got to come. You can look at the screen there with the 12U Momcast there. There's some margaritas happening, so everything should be loosening up here pretty soon. So it should be good. So yeah, this is what we do. So hey, let's just start off with something simple. Tell me about like the best tournament that you've ever been to, as far as whether it be winning, losing, the facility, the complex, the atmosphere with the restaurants, or whatever the case may be. What has been in this 5-year process the best tournament that you've been to?
The best. I agree. Anything that provides automatic change, but you don't have to. And we won.
So Shipyard Park in South Carolina. Shipyard Park. Yeah, definitely. Definitely need to get back down to Destin, that's for sure.
The camaraderie with hanging out.
The beach was fun. Hanging out at the beach. The pool, the spot that we stayed at, we had inside, but the pool was like right in the middle, so all the kids can run around. I think we probably had like 14, 15 teams there, like all hanging out, swimming and stuff like that. So we're entering in on a new season here, 12U baseball. For the new travel parents that are joining a travel team, and say a parent hasn't had this opportunity, they're starting off in like 8U or 9U travel ball. What is some advice that you can give a mom to prepare her for what's going to happen when that season starts?
I'm the CFO. Nobody telling me, and I was an athletic person, but it's not, that's my husband. I didn't grow up that way, so I didn't really just always take more money than you find money.
So I don't know if y'all can hear or not. I don't know if you can hear, but take cash. Get extra cash and have cash on hand, because just when you think you don't have enough, there's a sibling that's going to come around that says, hey, I need to go to the concession stands, or a dad that comes around and goes, I need some water, I need a Gatorade. So extra, right? So new parents, extra cash. Make sure you have cash on hand, because there's also gate fees that you're going to have to deal with as well, and they don't take credit cards. So what else? So what else do you need? So
You know what I learned from Destin that I will forever carry in my bag going forward? What?
Chafing.
Oh, shaving cream.
Yes, I have that too, but seriously, that deodorant.
So chafing cream. You're gonna need some chafing cream. I can tell you this: a wagon. I think a wagon is a must. You know, with the coolers and the snacks and cleats and whatever else y'all throw in there. I think a wagon is a definite must. A grooming cooler. If you haven't seen those, go check them out. You'll know why.
Ooh, there you go.
So what else? What else can a parent? They're gonna need cash, wagon. What else? Shaving cream, tents, shades. Cowbell. Oh man. And Britt, you are bringing the cowbell back. She's got it ready to go. It's gonna be like Mississippi State football up in here with the cowbell, shaking the shit out of it. Good night. All right. So favorite tournament was Shipyard. That was just facility wise, just the turf. So what was the most favorite experience that y'all had at a tournament? From AU going down to Gloucester and doing that whole deal. That was our first tournament.
Gloucester was awesome. They boosted up those cabins to make it feel better, but they were not really.
Gloucester was fun. It was. Gloucester was a good tournament. It was a nice getaway.
It was a bonding facility, all that was. It was just a bonding.
Yeah, y'all joined in a little later on. So let's see, what mind you? Where do you go from mind you?
These favorite tournaments, I always have fun at Bridgeport too. Like Bridgeport, like a winery.
Bridgeport, West Virginia, you got the brewery down there and have dinner with the kids. They always seem to run around and have a good time with that.
And their facilities are nice, but I feel like we always got
That one backfield, away from the soccer field, like we always got that one field. Yeah. Let's see, what else? You're at the complex and you see rain coming. Do y'all go out and buy rain jackets or do y'all buy one of the weather pods?
I bought a weather pod.
Weather pod?
I missed one on that field while we were
Missed out on that. Good.
I managed to win it, girls. I mean, I wouldn't mind one, but I just don't know if I got a 2-seater.
I feel like if you breathe long enough, like the whole thing just gets cloudy anyways because the humidity from the breath, like this.
Well, Nikki likes to sit.
The heat and everything. Oh, I'll never forget that tournament that we had. I think it was 9U. It was our very first time at Tarentum at Noel season. And it was snowing sideways. And it was like 38 degrees. And that place doesn't cancel for anything. It was absolutely
Last year
miserable.
was pouring down rain. It was like snowing too. Yes. One day it was raining, one day it was snowing. That was the same place. Mother's Day weekend, your mom
Ohio
was
weather is just absolutely nuts sometimes. So that was a bad tournament to be in with just the snow. I think we actually forfeited the next game after we beat West Hills. I told the umpire we weren't going back out there. They couldn't feel anything. They were all miserable. It's like, we're going to forfeit. Let's see, 10U. That 10U is where we went to Shipyard. We won that tournament down in Shipyard. That was a good experience. That was fun.
come in there clutch. Last minute.
Well, we had a lot of things that had to go right in that tournament because we played a team from Columbus, the New Albany Gold Eagles, and that team started running out the clock on us, and they were just playing some stuff that really didn't like. We got food coming now. So yeah, we needed a team from, I think, Georgia to score like 12 runs to put us in the championship game. And they ended up scoring 12, and we ended up going to the championship game playing New Albany Gold Eagles. Stay great. Thank you. So, what are some of the things that y'all do during the games, you know, to keep y'all entertained? You know, do you walk around? Do you make fun of the coaches? Do you shoot the bull with the baseball ball? Well, what else? I mean, do you walk around and try and like, or
Just walk. We like to go for walks.
go for walks? Is that
Not code for anything. We're going for walks.
going for a walk? I feel is code for doing something.
You worry about coaching. I'll worry about our walks.
Listen, she told me to worry about coaching and not worry about her walks. That's fine. Don't message me in the middle of the game so that my watch goes off. It's the worst thing in the world. I'm in the middle of a game coaching, and my watch will start going off, and it's a text message from my wife sitting up in the bleachers like she's Sandra Bullock up there telling me to run the dang ball, Bert.
What's Jeremy doing? I don't know. Hang on. I'm going to find out.
Messaging me in the middle of the game. It's the worst. Like, get over it. I made a substitution. I did something you didn't like. Who cares? I don't care. I'm coaching.
I see things you don't.
I see it all. Oh man. So have y'all picked up on any signs at all from the coach? Like when you're watching us do all of our signs out there, have y'all picked up on any of it?
To be honest, I don't watch it.
You don't watch it? I know this one does. And I know if she's watching, I know Nikki Sprague, Brody's mom, I know she definitely tries to pick up the signs as well. Dude, it's like code. You'll never get it. You'll never get it. And when you think you got it, I'm going to switch it up, and then it's going to be something completely different.
I 100% knew when we were in Destin that play was coming, that you were stealing home. I told everybody at that field, and I was ready to record it too.
Well, no. Well, it was a mutual thing. Like, we knew we needed to score a run to tie the game up, to go to extra innings. And so I knew we had to try to do something. And I looked at him, and I was like, dude, you want to steal home? And he was like, yeah, I'm going to steal home. So I was like, okay, cool. But I was thinking he was going to do it when the catcher threw the ball back to the pitcher so that way he could kind of like get him in that gray area. No, that little dude took off from right when the pitcher was in his stretch. That kid took off early and ended up scoring to tie the game up. And we still – one more. Yeah.
He was a fun kid to play with, and he
He was a good kid. He was a good kid. And he was from Destin. We picked him up from Destin. Yeah, he was a good kid. Yeah. He helped out. He definitely helped out. So let's get into uniforms and coat their bat bags. I know y'all hate white pants. I know you hate. Let's just go ahead and throw it out there. White pants. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down.
I don't do the laundry, so I don't care.
They look fantastic. I've got, listen, I don't care, but I just want them. I don't care who it is, but I'm not going to want that much.
It has that white.
The white sparkles. My max is 20 minutes.
Listen, I've got a secret. Spray and wash, and then a Phil's natural, and I let it soak and I scrub it, let it sit, and it always comes right out. Never have a problem. That's right. You heard it. I do the laundry. I get the stains out of the baseball uniforms. Not her. That's right.
I don't.
I think I made a TikTok about it too. So one of the Facebook users gave me 4 thumbs down the white pants. I can't see who it is. It doesn't tell me, but 4 thumbs down the white pants. Come on, white pants are just sharp. When you see them, and they've got their new white cleats on, like it's sharp. They look fantastic. Okay, so hear me out. All the kids that tried their uniforms on, give me an honest opinion about the blue pinstripe.
Yes.
That was
It's probably my favorite. Love it so
Yes.
much.
The blue pinstripe is favorite uniform.
Yes.
So
Tell your viewers where that came from.
You're right.
I hate pinstripe. I'm not a pinstripe guy.
Yes.
I'm trying to find a uniform combination for my organization that I can stay consistent with. So I was planning on, I think if you go to Champ Pro's website, you can actually create a uniform and kind of like see what it looks like all together. And so I went on their website, I designed this all blue uniform with white pinstripe, showed it to my wife, she loved it. There it is. So once I get the full uniforms together, I'll show everybody what the blue pinstripe uniform looks like on together, and we'll go from there. Facebook user, they may look sharp, but bruh, no one wants white pants, just admit it. Dude, I like white pants. I'm a white pant guy. Shoot me. I don't care. I like the white pants. It is what it is. So, and I'll tell you what, now that we're talking about uniforms and bat bags, these sliding mitts that your kids have, sliding mitts, I hate. If you're going to bake, put that sliding mitt on, go home and bake something with that mitt on. And I'll be honest with you, some of these kids have sliding mitts and they slide feet first, and you don't even use the mitt. So like they have this mitt on, you know, with their hands all cuffed in, and then they start sliding feet first. Like, it drives me nuts. So I'm like, why are you even wearing it if you're not even going to use it the right way? Then they stick out this far out of their back pocket, and it's just flapping in the wind every time they run. So parents,
You look baseball professional.
it's the drip. It's the drip.
I'm older.
I feel you on that one. However, I will try to figure it because this winter, Shakes would have really done well with one. He stuck his finger out.
Oh,
And he got it back to the point where I had to take it for an X-ray because it was like. I mean, I really don't know. But I feel
yeah.
like
So like if you slide in at first, it's to protect the fingers and wrists from
I
bending
feel like
back.
it would have helped.
So that way-
against them.
It's got a little thing right here on the front, so when it hits the base, it kind of like rides up, so that way you don't hit it.
I'm not against them. I guess someone should be against them.
Oh, look, there it is, Coach Ryan Buckner. No more sliding mitts. They should be outlawed. Amen, babe. So you go through your kid's bag. How much is too much when it comes to baseball bats, accessories, sliding mitts, batting gloves?
Braxton literally has a bag that he can fit into. That's too much. Entirely too much.
Is it too much?
Yeah.
So how big is too big of a bag, parents? Let me know. How big is too big of a bag? I mean, if you have a catcher and they have all that gear,
You should have a separate one.
you have to have a bag
I like that idea.
for your catching gear.
You got two then.
Well, we got one that has rollers on it. So if everything fits in it, it's got rollers.
She said, I'm not packing two bags.
So like the stinger bags that we got 2 years ago, the big ones. I like them, but at that given point in time, if you're a catcher, all the catching gear doesn't actually fit in there with your batting helmets and your gloves and everything that you have. Because now you think, yeah.
I'd rather hit on a bag that size that looks like a piece of luggage than it is all this.
Right. Well, and see, that's we've got. She doesn't want to be on camera, but we actually have one of the team sisters here too. She's on her phone checking us out. She's there she goes. There's Riley Hanley checking us out. So, like I said, I think the big bags for catchers, it has the wheels on it. So like, although yes, Braxton could probably fit inside of it, you got to think. You got two shin guards, you got a chest guard, you got two helmets, you got two gloves, you know, cleats, you know, you got your bats. How many bats is necessary to take to a tournament? You're only going to use one, so how many bats do we have to take? You gotta fill up every slot.
I think that's more for parents to brag. Look at
4 bats.
Wait a minute. They're not 4 bats. One is like
One's a junior high bat, one's a practice bat.
Ellie wants his wooden bat.
One's a
Yeah, one's
photo
a
bat. One's the bat that I get to throw at the fence. I feel like, yes, 2 bats.
2 bats.
I agree.
2 bats, man.
I
As
agree.
far as real bats, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. You're ridiculous.
How often do y'all buy bats?
Not as little as I prefer.
Too much?
Too much. Too
Yeah,
much.
my boys pulled one over on me and I was happy.
You also. So
Yeah. So yeah, 2 kids
they're
and
2 different sizes.
yeah, you got 2 kids in travel team.
I think I heard
2 different sizes. So it's not
this
like-
bat will last him at least 4 years.
That's how we get them. Hey, dads, secret. Just tell them, hey, this bat will last 4 years, and then that way you can buy a new bat every year. Oh, it's too big. It's too
I'm
small.
not a dummy.
I got you, guys. Hey, I got you.
You got nothing.
Go get your bats. Hey, go get your bats. Go get the all white Easton Icon or the Rawlings Icon. Go get the Easton Height Fire. Those are 2 hot bats right now for you, SSSA. Moms, let your dads go buy the bats. It is what it is. We're gonna buy them anyways because they just need them.
Exactly.
They just need new bats. Why do y'all not buy gloves as much as y'all buy bats?
Well, because, I feel like glove is like more of like a.
Yeah, it does. This makes it cool, but my boys, I feel like a broken. Yeah.
Right.
It's not like a real old.
Have you seen the new way that they're breaking in the gloves now though? It's not how you used to like curl it in. You gotta have that flare on the thumb. So now the thumb is like flared open. So now when they go to field a ground ball, you can't even really, I don't know. They also do 2 in the pink. That's right, you heard it. Baseball players now have the flared thumb on their glove, and they put 2 in the pink in their gloves. And they actually like the way it closes whenever they do it. Well, I'm honest.
I bet they do.
We have some kids at Toronto High School that have gloves where they wear 2 fingers in the pink, and then they go
You
on.
really have to change the name.
Okay, they put 2 fingers in the pinky slot fingers.
And the clock.
Yeah. So
Inappropriate.
it's not inappropriate. This is for adults only. Y'all got margaritas and this is y'all can relax. Now I know you got we've had some arguments with some other teams before.
Ooh, we don't argue.
Y'all don't-
Listen, this is
nobody- y'all don't
100%
argue?
Ashley Hanley.
Nobody argues. People who are watching, it says we have 8 people watching right now. Tell us about an experience that you've had with another team where you were ready to throw down. You looked at that other parent and you were like, bro, if you don't shut up, it's going down. Tell us about your experience.
The one.
No, it wasn't Toyota. We were at,
I thought it was.
no, we were at Ross Traver
Yes.
playing Washington Rebels.
We are ready to
Playing
go.
the Washington Rebels. I know Miss Brittany Schonkweiler down there is ready to throw down in South Carolina. Ready to throw down in South Carolina. Oh, there goes Ryan, Coach Ryan. South Carolina was a great all-out brawl. We were ready to throw down. That team.
Shamefully, we were following him like out of the complex. Like,
Yeah, it's not backing down. You were gonna-
We were chasing him.
listen, I had your back.
Yeah, Nikki was ready. Shonks in South Carolina. Yeah. Where
That
is
was Bridgeport. Bridgeport, we had a hard time with umpires in Bridgeport. Yes.
Oh, well, not only did we have a problem with umpires in Bridgeport, we also had problems with some parents in Bridgeport there too. I think that was the first time I ever got cussed out by a parent. That was not a fun weekend. Maybe not for them anyway. It was for us. So, let's see what is. So here, I'm going to ask you all a question, and I want your truth. We're going to a tournament, and it doesn't have to be a travel tournament or a hotel. Yeah, it's on this one. Mic's on this one. So we're going to a travel tournament. What's in your bag? You've got those big bog bags. What's your go-to snack? What's your go-to drink? Not alcoholic right now. We're going to go to alcoholic in a little bit. What's your go-to thing that you have to have in your bag? Too hot to eat?
Chips, pepperoni rolls,
Pistachios. Gotta have the pistachios.
String cheese. Dana's mom's cookies.
Oh my God, Miss Gatewood's cookies.
yes.
Miss Dana Gatewood's mom's cookies. If you haven't had, we have another friend. If she's on here, Sarah Lauda. She makes some bomb chocolate chip cookies as well. If you can get Miss Lauda's chocolate chip cookies and Miss Gatewood's chocolate chip cookies and put them together, they beat the shit out of Subway, McDonald's, everywhere. They're better than all of them. Their chocolate chip cookies are phenomenal. You gotta have the chocolate chip cookies. What about drinks? Like juice boxes, water, Gatorade. Oh, I'm sorry. Prime. Gotta have the Prime now. What's their favorite Primes right now? You try to You're so sweet.
I don't go out of my way for them to keep Gatorade in the house. Occasionally I'll buy a new flavor or whatnot for them to try. We're actually using the powders, but I do have a bunch of those. Yeah.
Water. It seems like every time we take our travel tournament, like states will probably be that tournament for us this year when we go to Columbus. We'll probably need water.
Those popsicles, those Powerade popsicles that I took to Florida ended up being a lifesaver. Yes. That was my Dollar General find of the century. We just had them in the
They
cooler.
lasted like 2 games and then
They weren't fully frozen. They were like, yeah.
So this segment's going to be sponsored by Corey's HVAC again. If you have any, I'll tag Corey's phone number in here a little later. If you have any HVAC issues, call Corey, and I'll get that number out to y'all again later. So here we go. The closing segment. You got your Stanley. You got your Yeti. What is the mom's go-to drink? For all the new parents that are playing travel ball this year, what is your go-to drink that you have to have in your Yeti on Championship Sundays? A warm high noon? Yeah, not even cold. What flavor? Anything but pear. So, high noons. Matt let me want to practice the other day. It was good. It was good. What about you, Rose?
Good for any weather, any kind of
Jen's mom juice.
any whatever. I don't even know what
So,
that
Jen,
is.
what's in the mom juice?
That was just Hawaiian punch. We did the red, white, and blue Smirnoff,
So, red
Alcohol,
wine, Smirnoff vodka,
lemonade, frozen lemonade,
Sprite,
frozen orange juice.
all kinds of crap.
That was it. It's like
What about you, Jess? You're a Smirnoff red white berry. Jess, you like your red, white, and berries. I've heard this story. What about you, Dana? What's something that whatever's available? Nobody has any
I can
liquor.
literally just say
this group does not have a preference.
another.
I like it all.
Even if there's a bar on site, maybe
We're
we'll.
at the bar on site. I'm not talking about that. Serenum has a bar. Well, they've got that brewery across the street.
It's
Where you
not
can
across the street.
At the end of the like,
Oh, that's right. It's right in the entryway when you come in the
I
off
checked it
season.
out for
That's
you.
right.
It's pretty cool. You could probably eat there. We didn't eat there.
I got a coach. I can't worry about drinking. I'll drink when we win.
I'll drink for you.
I'll drink when we win. I'll smoke a cigar. So, all right. Well, is there anything else that strikes y'all up that y'all want to discuss? Y'all ready for the upcoming season?
How do you feel about your No! We need to have this conversation. Tell them what we're talking about.
So the question was asked, how do you feel about your head coach? And if y'all don't know, I'm the head coach. So my wife is asking the other parents how they feel about the
I'm
head coach.
taking over the podcast. Biggest pet peeves. Go.
The biggest pet peeve
Oh, I don't like that one.
on the spot. That's the game.
I have one.
Good. You're up.
Jeremy is always on his periods.
I guess during tournaments, I'm always on the menstrual cycle. I guess.
Yes. Am I lying?
Listen, and I'm gonna defend
We
myself.
take
Here we go.
baseball weekends seriously.
I have 3 teams, so baseball weekends are terror for me. I'm trying to keep up with 2 other teams that may or may not even be at the same complex that we're at. Trying to make sure the coaches have everything, trying to make sure everything's there. I'm a hot mess, dude. I'm a hot mess on tournament weekends. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me. Just let me coach. Let me go home. Let me settle down before you talk to
I
me.
will say, you always admit afterwards, like, okay, yes, I was on my period. You were all about admitting it afterwards. I will give that to you.
I appreciate it.
Leggings.
Uh,
Talk about your leggings.
my leggings. Right, well, jump in here. Tell- My leggings are not it?
They're not it, no. Tell everybody.
Why are the leggings not it?
They just do not. They don't go. You look ridiculous. You look like you were like, I'm not sure if I want to wear pants or shorts. I'm going to wear both. Yeah.
In our family, we call leggings the power pants.
They're power.
Power pants.
Hey, ask all great athletes. They all wear leggings. So until they stop wearing it, I'm going to wear it. There we go. What about you, Brittany? What gets on your nerves? What's your pet peeve about it? Shoot.
Oh,
No pet peeve from the Shonkwilers. Hey, no pet peeve from the Hanley group. What about Stiltners? No pet peeve from the Stiltners. What about the Bucklers?
Somebody better come up with something about that the other night.
Doesn't
No
have
pet peeve from the Bucklers. What's your pet peeve about the Buckler coach? Gotta leave it on the field, Coach B. So, and that's it. Well, that's not just coaching too. That's a bad thing as well. So, like, one of the rules that we try to go with, and it doesn't happen all the time, but one of the things that me and Braxton try to do is if I still have the hat on when we go and get in the car and go home, that means leave me alone. That means I either didn't like the way that they went, I didn't like the way he did something, I didn't like the way that something happened and I didn't like it, and I'm still trying to progress on the way home, like what's going on. So if I leave the hat on, that still means that I'm coached. Leave me the hell alone, don't talk to me, let me figure it out. And then about halfway through the ride, the hat will come off. I'll take the hat off, and when the hat comes off, then that means now you can ask me about food, you can ask me about,
That's not always Buckler. I mean, little Buckler gets hard.
All of them.
Okay, it's all
They're
there.
hard on themselves.
You know, they all have that. I'm so glad they have that. But when
Yeah.
that, it's 16, you know, I don't feel like
Well,
it's
that-
great.
I agree. Well, and I can also tell you, their attitudes from AU to now have gotten better every year. And I can tell you this past weekend when we scrimmaged, and I told Shotwaller, I said, you know what? You've thrown 3 balls in a row. You haven't shown any frustration. I said, what makes me happy is you're on the mound, you struggled there, and you still have a smile on your face. I said that was, and then turn around and shove it up their butt. Yeah, I love it. So, you know, and I know that they want to hit. I know you think you had some injuries there. We're trying to get a swing figured out. You know, they're all going to struggle at some given point in time. It's baseball. It's the hardest sport to play. Just knowing that you have to be there for your teammates, and if you're winning, if you went 0 for 3 that game, well, cool. You may go 2 for 3 the next game, and that kid that went for 3 for 3 may go 0 for 3. You know, it's just a cycle. It's a process. Confidence. You know, once you get it, you know, you're gonna have some bad tournaments. You're gonna have some bad games, but their attitude this past weekend, if we can maintain that, whew, we got some things to go on there. White pants are a must in travel golf. Whoever the Facebook user is, I agree. Somebody who doesn't do somebody that doesn't do the laundry. Hi there. Oh man. So what else do we got? What else do y'all want to shoot the shit with? Fire away.
It is. I mean, that's the thing you're gonna find in your bag.
Yeah, it's a long season if not everybody gets along. If not everybody gets along, it definitely makes for a long season.
It definitely gets along. It's had my back with nobody even knew me for probably 2 seasons because I was pregnant and miserable. But I didn't live with my mom and be like, I got rejected.
Oh man, so how about that tournament when I got ejected from the game? I'll attach the picture later to the down the line page of the day that I got kicked out in Toronto. Because so we're playing. As a matter of fact, it's West Hills. Every time we play West Hills, something always happens. It was. We were at their other complex, Valencia or something like that. So I got kicked out of a tournament, out of a game, out of a game, because the umpire would not call a balk. Like the kid was coming set and his shoulders were like this for 40 seconds on 20 different pitches. So I started yelling balk. Umpire didn't like it. I told him to do his job. He didn't like that. Gave me the boot. Crisscross applesauce. But hey, here's the thing with that when I got kicked out. I think it was a tie game when I got kicked out. And it's something about our kids. This team in particular, they've got a mentality that when something goes wrong that they don't like, they flip a switch and they beat the crap out of anybody when they do that.
All going together like that was the same when Luke got kicked out.
Luke got kicked out of the game, yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, you want it? We'll give it."
Yeah. We were playing a team in Youngstown, or I think it was Massillon. We were in Massillon, and the time expired, and it was a tie. So I was like, when the time didn't even expire, I think we hit the innings.
Yes.
We hit the inning mark, and I said, okay, cool, it's a tie. Let's go shake their hands. And the coach, who happened to be the tournament director, was like, no, there's still time left. We're going to play another inning. And I had already had arguments with this coach before. And so I was like, fine, you want the smoke? We'll give you the smoke. And I think it was 8.
We were at the top of our lineup. He was at the bottom again.
I think it was an 8-8 tie ball game, and I think we ended up beating them 16-10.
Yeah, we went all the way up with that.
We went, yeah, triple, double, triple. I think even Brody got a triple that game, had that hit. Yeah, we got booted for it, so we had to take it out. Myron Reese, if you're watching, go sit in the truck.
Was that the same thing that BG's grandma?
Yeah, BG. Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like
I'm gonna stay quiet.
You don't have to throw me out.
I'll throw myself out and everything else.
That was
I'm gonna say what I need to say.
if there's ever a moment that I can like kind of like back and redo, I think the way that we handled that situation there. Yeah, I think I'd probably take that one back and redo the way we handled that in between innings because it got out of control. There was a dad though when we were like all clapping, telling that team that they wanted to smoke. That one of the player team's dads on the other side was like, "I like this. I like this coach. He's yeah, he wants it." And then we gave it to them, and they didn't like us after that.
There you go. Question for you. Do you like when you hear your moms and your dads chirping?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Listen. I absolutely hate it. I mean, I guess it depends on what you're chirping at. If you're chirping at the players, I hate it because in the game, y'all are the ones that got to deal with them and try and calm them down.
I was saying more specifically like Bridgeport when that umpire was like, you need to get your parents under control.
No, if you're an umpire and you come to me and tell me to get my parents under control, I'm going to look at you and laugh, and I'm going to walk away because it's not my job to do that. If you want to get control of the game as an umpire, you need to get control of it either by going to the director and telling them that they're, saying inappropriate things or being too loud, or, by kicking somebody out. You're an umpire. You're there to take advantage of the game, take control of the game, and not allow the parents to control the atmosphere. And as soon as you let the parents start controlling the atmosphere, you're done as an umpire because now every call that you make, you're going to hear it nonstop. So I don't mind the parents chirping because I think it gets, when the kids see it, like they get pumped up about it. As soon as they know that y'all are defending them, and they feel they get that warm feeling. Like, and I tell them, like, hey, don't leave it in the umpire's hands. And I used to tell the basketball players when I coached them back in junior high, the basketball team that I coached, I used to tell them, hey, if you get a foul, you let me handle the refs. I'll take care of the ref. You just do your job. I've got your back. You have mine. And, 9 times out of 10, they'd say yes. And then I would take care of it. And I got kicked out of junior high basketball, too. Let me tell you that. That was a $200 fine, anger management class, and a 2-game suspension.
Didn't work.
It worked. I won it for you. So, yeah, I got kicked out of a junior high basketball game. It wasn't my most pleasant experience, I can tell you that. But, yeah, actually, I think it was a $150 fine. Regardless, I got fined. Yeah, I got fined.
Listen, I only argue when I know I'm right.
Are we always right?
Yeah. So I'm going to argue if I know I'm right.
You all argue?
Yeah.
What's that look for?
Those are fights.
Coach Hanley, I need you to get on here, please. Oh, here's something we didn't go over. Game changer. How bad do you follow it? And do you honestly care about your kids' stats at 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12?
I follow it, but I don't care about my stats.
I follow for the score. Yes.
The score?
Yes. I watch the games.
The score, and I'm not able to do this.
But you don't really care.
No, me either. I don't either. I can't even see that.
And my yes.
What did I bet this game?
Yes, my mom, but my husband and my son.
Because I know for a fact, I've talked to other coaches, and even with some of the high school coaches that I know that I've discussed things with, they will not tell their kids what their stats are during the season at all because they don't want them thinking, especially high school. If they start thinking, well, I got colleges looking at me, and then they go, oh, my batting average is only 300, and I got to get it up to 400 so I get noticed. Then they start taking bad hacks, and they start getting out of the process. So, but I do know that there are parents in some organizations that follow Game Changer to make sure that the coaches are scoring it right, giving their kid a hit when it's a hit, giving their kid a. Go ahead, Jeff. I'll get you. You do? Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, that's the good thing about Game Changer is when they're pitching, we can keep a better pitch count. Now, does it slow? Well, usually it's correct because when we make a pitching change, I call that. Yeah, Matt knows this.
I'm watching it, and I'm there.
It also depends on cell service. definitely look at it because, like I said,
I'm in the thick of it.
yeah.
You're in the thick of it. I'm in the thick of it. Let me tell you, they're all watching the numbers. I don't know if they're people.
They're watching it.
They're all watching it.
I mean, if you go look at our game changer, you can see that there's probably 90 something fans on our game changer page. Some of them I know, some of them I do. They just follow us every single year. We just get more and more fans that watch our games. Now, I don't know if they keep track of the stats or whatever. They probably just watch to see if we win or lose. Like this story I told them down in Destin, like going down there and winning a game and tying a game. Like the whole Ohio Valley was watching you guys to see if we were going to fail. So, like, the Ohio Valley was definitely eyes on us down there to see how we did so that they could either say, they didn't do so good, or, they did better than we thought, or, I think we held our own. The first two games got us that day because it was a little eye-opening. They were probably nervous. The first two games got them, but once they settled in, I mean, I feel like Destin, they really played pretty well.
Sunscreen. I recommend sunscreen.
Sunscreen in Destin for sure. Like back to game changer, I know I watch it mainly because of pitch count. Now sometimes I like last year that one game it rained, got a little out of control with pitch counts on that one.
Yeah.
But we were able to get it under control. But yeah.
That's what I like about it. I don't think that helps.
So my goal every weekend is like if we play on Saturday, I try to throw 25 to 30 pitches every pitcher on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I try to keep them right at 75 pitches to keep them right at about 100. That's my goal. Are they going to go over? Absolutely. Because if they're in a zone and we're in a championship game and that kid's wheeling and dealing, that kid's going to continue to throw. Now, 120 is probably my max for a weekend. And then I'm done with it. Yeah. To get back to you, Rose, about game changer. So if a player hits a ball and the infielder has no play on it, we give them a hit. If the infielder can field that ball and they should have fielded it and it went through their legs or it took a bad hop, there's certain situations with bad hops you give them a hit on it just because of how it plays sometimes. If it hits that player's glove or that's a play that they should have made and they don't make it, that's a reached on an error. So you'll see an ROE. And it goes against their batting average. Yeah. So if you reach on an error, it's not considered 1 for 1. It's considered 0 for 1 because that player should have made that play, and he reached on an error because that player did not fully make that play that he was supposed to make. Whether it be a throwing error, whether it be the first baseman, not scooping the ball, whether the fielder fumbling it and not, throwing it, on time or something. Yeah, when you see a reach on an error, ROE, that goes against their batting average. But we try to get better. Like I try to get with our game changer person and say, like, if they hit a pop fly and that scores a run, well, then I get them a sacrifice. Or now it doesn't go against their average at all. It's like they sacrifice their at bat to score that run. So like anytime a player bunts, I'm automatically probably getting a sacrifice if they move the runner across. Now, if they try to bunt and get on base with nobody on, if they beat the throw, it's a hit. If it causes an error on the first baseman or the pitcher throws a wild ball, well, that's an error on the pitcher. So you're going to see an E1 on the scorebook.
She wasn't going that deep. Coach Hopper just got way.
I went deep on it apparently. Now I will do a down the line segment strictly on game changers.
I guess what I'm not saying that it's important that it is accurate. I guess I don't know what
Not at 8, 9, 10, and 11. No. When it comes to recruiting and starting to hit this 12, 13, 14-year range, especially for high school, it absolutely is important because that could be the significant factor in, say like a catcher with Ethan and a pitcher with Caleb. If Caleb throws a wild pitch That's not a steal for the runner. That runner's got to second base because of a wild pitch on the pitcher. And if it was a pass ball, it's a pass ball that goes to the catcher. It's not a steal for the runner. It's a pass ball for the catcher that advanced the runner. So like it's really in deep. And coaches are looking at catchers. When they look at catchers, they want to know how many pass balls did you have, how many assists and throw downs and different things like that. So yeah, when they get older to that 12, 13, 14-year range, the stats are definitely more important. Yeah. Well, and there are some occasions where, like, say it's Braxton, or say I'm not even gonna use him. Say it's somebody else, and they're hitting the ball really hard, like they're barreling it up and hitting the ball really hard, but they're just hitting it right at somebody like 6-7 times in a row. And I'm like, he can't catch a break, and then he hits one, and the kid may bobble the ball, but we get on base. I'll tell Matt, hey, give him a hit. Give him a hit, because we're trying to build some confidence up, and I know the parents show the kids, their stat lines. You just said it. So, if they're barreling it up and they're hitting the ball hard, and they happen to get on base on one play where they may bobble or something, I'll tell our game changer to give them a hit. Now, if they're not barreling them up and they're just dinker, and then they reached on an error, well, I'm still going to give you a reach on an error, because that's not true. Yeah. So, I mean, I try to be as faithful as we can to making sure that we, A, keep confidence, but B, keep it as healthy as possible. Yeah. So.
A lot to keep up with.
No, this is great because, hey, listen, this is great because what I love to do is I love to go on Facebook and see parents' videos of their kids hitting baseballs or pitching or fielding. And I love the parents that go out there and go, look at little Johnny or look at little Susie, they hit a home run. And then you look at the play and you see that, they're playing at Bellevue in Steubenville where there's no fence, and they hit the ball and it just keeps going. And they're just faster than everybody else. So they run around the bases for an inside the park home run. And I'm like, okay, yes, it's an inside the park home run. Okay. If that field had a fence, would they have had an inside the park home run? Probably not. Or they go, it's an inside the park home run. But you see 3 throwing errors in the process, and really and truly it's a single, and you advanced on 3 errors and you scored. Yeah, T-ball and coach pitch is probably like the way to do that. But when you start playing travel ball, don't brag about your kid hitting a home run when really and truly we can watch the game film, because everybody has a live bar now at their complex where we can watch the live feed and go, are you kidding me? I'll give you a double at best, but that cutoff man bobbled the ball and then over through third base, and then nobody was covering home because the catcher left home to go get the ball and overthrew from third. And no, I'll give you a double. But an inside the park home run, you're pushing. You're pump the brakes a little bit. No, and there's nothing wrong with a double. Hey, and in my opinion, did you still score? Hell yeah, you still scored. That's great. But I'm still giving you a double. It ain't no home run. I don't care if the play didn't stop or it was continuous. No, that ain't how this works. I'm gonna do a whole segment on game 2. Just yeah.
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, we might have Ryan or even Matt. We'll get Matt. We'll get the actual game changer. There's still 5 people watching. Tell me what you think about game changer. Let me know what you.
5 people. We've lost people.
Yeah, we lost people. It's going from like 5 to 20 and then back down. It's fluctuating. It's all right. It's a Tuesday night. What do you expect? So, all right. Hey, we're going to wrap things up. Thank you for joining Down the Line. Tune in for the next Game Changer episode. It'll be fun.